Morning, morning, morning. It seems as if, and I hope, that the holiday festivities are more or less over and I can get back to a regular schedule. It's been super fun, but I'm ready to get back to a routine. What's going on in the garden? Everything's growing like crazy. It's super hot, very windy, everything's very dried out. It's pretty unpleasant. I got some rocket growing really well. These squashes are coming along in leaps and bounds. This one just keeps getting bigger. I lost the watermelon, it rotted, a small one, so I poured it. There's still a couple in there. In here there's a couple of grape-sized regular melons, honeydews or whatever they are. I can never find them when I'm looking for them, but they're in there. I see them when I'm not looking. Nope, they're hiding, but they're in there. These are all going. I'm getting some flowers, but no zapajos yet, no fruits yet. Beans are flowering and starting to bean. I've got a huge harvest coming of one tomato. This wind is just constant, and I think that anything that grows on a vine or a trellis just is not destined to go well. The wind just blows it down. So for future, I've got to remember to get bush varieties and not vining varieties of things. Like these beans, for example, look much better than these beans. So that's something good to know. Zucchinis are coming along gangbusters. Like this one. This is almost ready. I managed to get a bag of nails, so I'm going to continue making these bamboo gates. I'm going to make a trip to the bamboo patch and get some more bamboo. I'm going to try and keep everything from dying in this dry wind. That's my plans for the next couple of days. That is going to turn into a gate, is the plan. 5 bits of scrap wood I had that I was using to make the frames for the bamboo, but first I had nails that I'd salvaged from that pile of junk. The nails wouldn't hold it together, so then I scrounged some of these screws and I managed to drive those through with a screwdriver, but they weren't long enough. I didn't reach far enough through the wood to get a good grip on the other side, so it just popped out whenever I put the bamboo in. So I managed to get a bag of bigger screws like so, but compared to these ones, they're much thicker and I cannot drive them through the wood with a screwdriver. So another delay for tools and supplies. I need to borrow a power drill from somewhere. Keep going, keep pushing. Today's conclusions. I will never stop pulling this lily of the valley vine out of the ground. It is a curse upon humanity, or at least upon me. It's just a constant battle. In the future I will try to de-emphasize growing anything that comes on a vine, like an upright vine, because the wind, at least this year, has been too brutal. It just knocks anything that goes on a vine. It just struggles too much. So I'm gonna, for example, beans. I will try bush beans, which seems to be doing okay. Those are bush beans. Those are bush beans, rather than pole beans, which are struggling. As soon as you try to train them, they just get blown right down again, which is a shame, because I like pole beans. I like the aesthetic of bean poles, being a bean pole myself, I suppose. These things are coming along quite well, but I'd like to see flowers on these. These ones get less shade than, for example, the ones down there. They don't seem to have grown as quickly, so I think shade has something to do with these ones, although everything says full sun. Who knows? But you know what, these ones get shade as well, and these ones are the crazy ones, so there's that to consider. Learning, learning, learning. So dry, look how wilted they are. I watered these this morning. Everything's totally wilted because it's been very hot, very windy. It just sucks the moisture right out of everything. And you see, I don't know if you'll see in the video, but all of these irrigation pipes, this watering tape, it's just from sun up till sundown, just completely mobbed by bees and wasps, and they're all desperate for a drink. So my melon's going along okay. And then I'll show you the zucchinis. I've been thinking about the problems that I have here that interfere with my growing. One is poor germination of seeds, and another, the two biggest ones I think, the other one is the beds getting dug up by animals. And I think if I had a polytunnel, that would solve both of those problems. It's not an investment I want to make this year, but maybe next spring I would get a polytunnel. Then inside the polytunnel I could germinate the seeds using germination trays, and once I had plants I could plant them inside the polytunnel. Obviously I wouldn't use it for everything. The things that are growing fine could still go outside, like the melons and the zucchinis, obviously, things like that, probably the chard, but the things that keep getting dug up every time I plant them, like a lot of lettuces and all these sort of delicate salad leaves, don't seem to, as soon as I plant the seeds they get eaten, or they don't germinate at all. Those could all go inside the polytunnel. It would have the additional advantage of extending the already long season that I have. Something to think about. While I'm thinking, I'm going to admire my zucchinis. I've got a lot of zucchinis. There's one there. There's one there. There's a little one growing there. This is my star zucchini plant. There's one there. This one's just about ready to go. And one on the other side. One underneath it went yellow. I don't know why. There's another big one down there. No more coming along here, but flowers still coming. Apparently these will produce all summer. It'd be nice if I'd been able to get them in the ground earlier. Same with these cucumbers. I think they should be a lot further along than what they are, but at least they're flowering now. Same with these ones. These ones perhaps get a little bit more sun. and I planted them quite a bit later, but they've caught up. That's something to think about. I don't know if you can see all the bees flying around. They're not aggressive at all. I could stick my hand in the middle and they wouldn't sting me. I'm not going to. I'm not stupid, but just on every single hole along the drip tape they're doing that. Well, anyway, that's my thoughts for today. I'm in a weird time between sowing and harvesting, really. It's not the right time for sowing of anything that I know of. If anyone knows, let me know. So I've just been doing maintenance stuff and pulling out roots from this horrible stuff. For example, I just saw one here, look. This is that stuff, that lily of the valley vine, and this is going to be connected to a giant root, which if I try and pull out, it's going to disturb this squash, which I don't want to do. So, or this one here. Maybe this I can get. Soil so dry anywhere there's not a drip tape. You see a tiny little root, like a tiny little leaf like this, and you dig down and you get a meter long root, or a wheelbarrow full of them. But if you don't keep pulling them out, they grow up and they smother everything. No, that one broke. The ground is so dry. If I wet the ground a bit first, they come out more easily. But no, this is not going to come now. Just wasting time. Alright, let's see what I can get done.